Hey yo, what's good, Double Clutch Nation? It's your boy Y Ghost, and we got to talk about this NBA tier list that I just made for Watchability, in which we're gonna just dive right into it. I have it up on the screen for you, in which I got the Pelicans at number 1 on the S tier. You know, I don't miss a single Zion game. I be drooling over him. He's so big and beefy, and when he dunks the ball, I swear something raises up out of me, and I'm not talking about in my pants. Moving on, we got the Bucks. I don't miss a single game between Giannis and Dame. Now, if one of them is injured, maybe I'll miss a Bucks game. I still usually don't. Giannis and Dame are 2 of my top 5 favorite players, and they're on the same team. I could not miss this team if you paid me and they were going up against the Thunder. The next team is the Spurs. Do I have to explain this? I watch almost every Victor game, and there's no other reason the Spurs are here other than the alien himself. Moving on to A tier, we have the Lakers leading off A tier. I love LeBron. This might be one of his last years. He's come out and said it, and I got to catch every moment I can, man. Shout out LeBron. I hope y'all make it through the play-in and deep into the playoffs one more time for your boy. After that, we got the Thunder. I watch a lot of Thunder games, man. Shea, J-Dub, Chet, Isaiah Joe, Lou Dort, and the mastermind behind it all, Sam Presti, the GM, who also deserves league MVP. But in all seriousness, I love watching the Thunder. They play a smooth style of basketball. They're young, they have great chemistry, and they win games. Going on to B tier, we have the Nets, represented by my LSU boy Cam Thomas. I definitely watch this team more than I should, and it's all because of Cam. After that, we got Minnesota. Minnesota also represented by another LSU boy, Naz Reid. I love when Naz Reid is going off, but it's not just him, obviously. We have Ant-Man and Edwards, who puts on crazy dunks, talks trash, and wins games for the Minnesota Timberwolves. I also enjoy when Karl Anthony Towns goes off, Jaden McDaniels. It's a fun team for sure. After that, we got the Clippers. I don't watch as much of the Clippers as I do the Nets or Timberwolves, but I do like to catch this team when Paul George gets going or when Bones Highland has a game. Russell Westbrook is doing good off the bench. Fuck Harden. Fuck Kawhi. I be hate watching them motherfuckers. But yeah, shout out the Clippers, man. I've watched way too many games of y'all this year. After that, we got the Cavs. Donovan Mitchell's been hurt, and that's kind of brought down my Cavs viewership, but I'm a big fan of them. I think they have a chance to make it in the playoffs if they can just stay healthy. I mean, that's what it boils down to. It's super fun to watch Darius Garland, Donovan Mitchell, Jared Allen, Evan Mobley when they're on, Max Strus off the bench, and you can bet that I'm there for every Amani Bates minute, man. This team I haven't watched as much of lately through the regular season, as Tyrese has kind of been on a slump, but the Pacers, man. To begin the year, I was watching the Pacers all the damn time. Tyrese was going crazy. They were the #1 offense in NBA history. They got Pascal. I was digging it. Benedict Mathurin is one of my favorite young players, and his mindset is absolutely something to be stunned by. Going on to C tier, I have the Rockets leading off C tier. I love the Rockets. They're a fun team to watch. Amin Thompson's been getting it going lately. Jalen Green does monster dunks and had a crazy tear in their 11-game win streak that was just crushed by one of the later on teams that we're going to talk about. Moving on from that, we got the Nuggets. I will catch the Nuggets. I don't like the Nuggets. I don't like Nikola Jokic. I hate watch it. But guess what? This team's in a lot of important games, and I have to catch this team because they are a great team basketball. And if you want to know how to run a system, you can watch Mike Malone construct this team and do a great job. After that, we got the Mavericks. I also don't like the Mavericks. I don't like Kyrie. I don't like Luka. But man, they're smooth and they're fun to watch when they're on. So I do catch some Mavericks games. And they are the team that just destroyed the Rockets' 11-game winning streak on a 7-game winning streak of their own, with Luka dropping 47 3/4, in which I just made a video about right before this. After that, we have the Phoenix Suns. I'd like to say that this is because Bol doesn't get the minutes that I think that I want him to. He doesn't deserve them, but man, it would be fun. Isaiah Thomas also just recently got signed to a 10-day. I don't like Bradley Beal. I'm okay with KD. I'm okay with Book, but man, when they're hot, they're insane, and it's fun to watch. Going on to Golden State, I've caught actually quite a few Golden State games this year. They've been a team in a slump, but Steph Curry is still Steph Curry, and that's fun to watch any time of year. I hate the Boston Celtics, but that doesn't mean that I don't watch Jason Tatum be smooth, isolation, step back 3 with the clock ticking. Jaylen Brown, his posters are can't miss. Kristaps Porzingis, I'm a fan of him. I don't like the Boston native Peyton Pritchard, his little short ass always wrecking shit. And I don't like the Boston Celtics little ugly ass leprechaun head ass little thing as a logo. You know, everything Boston stands for is lame. I don't like their announcers, but man, Jason Tatum smooth, JB smooth, Kristaps is good at defense and can hit some threes. They're a fun team to watch. The Orlando Magic I'm personally a fan of, as they're my hometown team, but I do not watch as much as the Magic as I should, especially with them doing good this year. I like Cole Anthony off the bench. He's probably my favorite player on this team, and I know that's lame to say. Jonathan Isaac's been healthy finally. Paulo Banchero's having a great year. Franz is struggling from three, but also having a great year. And Jalen Suggs has really stepped it up, in which I didn't think he was a good pick when they drafted him, but he's kind of proving me wrong right now, isn't he? Moving on to D tier, the Knicks. I should catch more Knicks games. They're an entertaining team. I just don't. I don't know why. I'm kind of biased. I don't really like New York. Sacramento. I love De'Aaron Fox. Don't really care for Sabonis, but I admire his greatness, and he definitely deserves an All-NBA appearance. Malik Monk is definitely Sixth Man of the Year, and I should be watching this team more as well, but I just don't like the beam enough. The 76ers. I watched this team a lot, obviously, when MVP Joel Embiid was playing, when he was actually having an MVP-like season, unlike last year. But sadly, he got hurt, and I haven't watched a single Sixers game since then. I've probably caught a couple performances from Tyrese Maxey or from Kelly Oubre, but that's really it. They started Mo Bamba. I can't watch that. I cannot watch Mo Bamba struggle to play center minutes in the NBA. After that, you got the Heat. I'll tune into Jimmy. I'll tune into Bam. I'll tune into Tyler Hero. But man, this team has a lot of slow games, and it is hard to hype myself up for a Heat game that I know is going to be ass to watch. Next up, we got the Hawks. The Hawks are a fun team when they're on. They've actually been winning a lot more games lately, as they had 2 wins against the Celtics. DeJounte Murray's been on a tear, but man, I don't really like the Hawks either. I don't really like Trey Young's lollipop on a carpet head ass, you know. He's not my vibe. He's a shot chucker, empty stats. I know he had his playoff series, but I don't think he's doing that again. And it looks like Atlanta needs to figure out a new direction soon. Moving on to F tier, we're not going to take a lot of time. I'll catch Brandon Miller here and there. I liked when LaMelo was playing, but I don't really watch the Hornets. If this was last year, the Grizzlies would be S tier, but Ja's been hurt. Everybody's been hurt. They played 31 players, which is a record, and I just don't have the time to watch the Grizzlies lose. Toronto is not a team I've been watching. Utah, I'm in it for Keontae George. The Bulls, since Zach LaVine went out and he didn't even want to be there, I can't watch this team. After that, you really have the tough teams being Portland. I am not watching Portland unless they are playing one of the S tier teams. I am not watching Portland. I am not watching the Pistons. I am never going to watch the Pistons willingly until they start winning games. And I am definitely not watching the Hollywood DC Wizards with Jordan Poole chucking up air balls, turning the ball over, and Kyle Kuzma's stupid ass hair with his little dyed heart trying to be Drake. I hope you guys enjoyed. This has been my take on the NBA watchability. We took a break from the nightly recaps because I wanted y'all to get to know me a little more. I wanted to kind of take a chill pill and just like express myself a little bit. I understand if this don't perform, it ain't about that. It's about establishing something, and that's what we're trying to do. So I hope y'all had a good night. I hope y'all enjoy basketball, and support your boy. Subscribe, like. Mwah.